If you were in Monterrey, Mexico in the 2000s, you might have woken to the sounds of V8 engines roaring across the mountains.
Over 100,000 have poured into the Funidora Park Industrial Museum area as CART is ready for the CART Monterrey Grand Prix, and ABC continues its coverage.
From 2001 to 2006, races were held at the Parque Fundidora at Monterrey, Mexico. Because of the steel industry, this caused the city to go and explode and become the second largest urban area in all of Mexico. The steel mill was kept going until the 1980s when an economic downturn forced it to go and shut down. With no purpose anymore, the government was left with this piece of land that had really no purpose. With no purpose, the government decided to just give it to a trust. And so the Funidora Trust was made with the task of making use of its historic land. And so they decided, well, let's just turn it into a park. This park had a cinema, a convention center, amusement park, but what interests us the most is the semi-permanent track around the park. And finally, in 2001, preparations were made to go and host the first ever race on the circuit. The championship auto racing teams, or CART as it's called, decided to go and bring their circus all the way to the park starting on 2001. With Mexican heroes like Adrian Fernandez,
Fernandez takes the win, the gamble pays off.
This caused the first race to be a success, with over 116,000 people attending. Despite there being little to no elevation change, the racing wasn't that bad, especially since it had the scenic mountains in the background.
Knows that Kenny's taking the inside of the corner. He'll pop off to the inside here as they come down. But now Cristiano says, go ahead and take it. You're way too fast. Cuts it very close. Cristiano stays online. Kenny goes, oh man.
By the end of the race, Haas Newman racing driver Cristiano de Mata won the race, which is actually the first time I ever heard an open wheel team with the name Haas actually winning something, because the current Haas is doing such a good job in Formula 1.
Are you okay?
From then on, CART held races at the park from 2001 to 2006, and even the A1 GP had a race on the park, which for those of you who don't know, it's basically like the Olympics for racing.
Compared to the little usual we've seen here, but now we come into these very tight right-left chicanes. This is into turns 4 and 5, so decidable.
And then 2006 came. At the time, Sebastian Bourdais was winning everything he could in ChampCar, which used to be CART. So in 2006, he won the Monterrey Grand Prix. So basically, the ChampCar version of Lewis Hamilton. Where was this performance in Formula 1, huh, Bourdais? But little did anyone know that this would be the last race on the track ever. Rumors were rumbling around about ChampCar losing money, and before the 2008 season even began, they just dropped Monterrey, and later would only host one race ever in Long Beach, where later ChampCar died. After being dropped, the government didn't really want to have anything to do with racing anymore, so they just stopped hosting races at the track. Today, you can still visit the park. It's still up and running and you can still go and visit it. Though, cars can't go on the track anymore, but you can go and rent a bike and ride around it, which is what I did when I visited Monterrey in 2017. It's honestly sad that there's no more races on there, since it's actually a really good track and there's a lot of racing fans in Mexico, so the opportunity is still there. Now, all that's left is to see if Indycar wants to go and bring their races over to Mexico again. The most likely candidate to host the Indycar race would be the Autódromo Hermanos Rodriguez track in Mexico City, where it already hosts Formula 1 and Formula E races, so it would make sense for it to hold Indycar races. But for now, all we can do is wait. Given how we're still in a pandemic, we're still gonna have to wait a little bit. But honestly, if IndyCar wants to expand south of the border, they should definitely consider going to Monterrey. It's honestly a shame that the track had to stop running. My grandpa would often tell me about the time he went and watched the cars go around the track. I hope that one day I'll be able to go and watch cars go faster around that track, at least once more. I just wanted to give a quick thanks for you two watching, at least all the way to the end. I was really nervous about posting this type of video since it's definitely something that I never posted before. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope to make more videos about motorsports since it's truly something that I'm passionate about. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's that link, me-chan, with the TTV at first. And then on Twitch, it's me-chan. But yeah, thank you so much. And thank you to my mentor, Pingu, for guiding me along the process, since it was very confusing. And he always gave me tips while I was making these videos. So thank you. Anyway, I love you. Bye-bye.